Please subscribe and share this video with your friends.
Thank you for tuning in to the Dating Den. My name is Christian Anderson, and I know you're all looking at the gorgeous woman next to me. Her name is Marni Battista, but you already know that. So today, really, you're going to kind of be taking the steering wheel here because this is going to be about what makes men tick. That's a hot topic that a lot of women want to know. What makes us manimals tick? So, my dear, I'm going to hand the steering wheel over to you.
That's great.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I think that when we're out there dating, we did a survey. What are the top challenges you have in dating? And women were like, I just don't understand men. They're so confusing. So the number one thing I want to say is this, that men actually are so different from us, right? In the way in the way they think, and that actually they're less complicated than us. So if we can put together the IKEA furniture, right? Then you can have everything at your you can be empowered to really create the love life and not just get a guy, but keep a relationship. Because I think understanding men is the key to sustaining a long relationship. So so here's my big question.
Okay, here we go.
What do you think is the biggest mistake back when you were dating, back in the olden days?
Was out there just
you're out there
run
quality casual, what is the biggest mistake women made because they just didn't get how men operate?
I thought that a lot of women would give away too much of their power. And what they didn't realize is that a man who's really ready for a relationship wants to feel like he has to earn your respect. He has to earn your trust. Right. Even if he's just trying to get in your pants, he realizes that's the game. And so for the women who, and that's what drives us. We want to be respected. We want to be able to court.
Okay, wait, I just have to interrupt because getting in your pants drives the game?
Well, I'm just saying for both. Men want to be pursuing you, whether he's a player or a guy who's ready for a relationship. Okay. So if you just make it available really quickly and really easily and just say, I'm all in, that's a turnoff for a man. I mean, he might be excited if he's a player. Oh, I got that. I was able to get that. We spent the night together. But if it's a man who's really looking for a relationship, he doesn't want something that's easy to get.
Okay.
So therefore, that whole less is more thing helps a bunch because he has to work. We need to be on our best behavior. We need to really be courting you, showing up, being on time, coming up with awesome dates.
And if they can't, then what you need to understand about men is, if they can't do that, what you need to understand about men is...
he's just not ready for a relationship.
He's not ready for a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I have a couple of real life situations, and I'm going to ask you, what is a guy thinking? Okay, so I have a client. She went on a date. She had 2 dates. They went really, really well. She feels like in the end she was a little maybe negative. Maybe she complained a little bit. She's having a lot of doubt. But the end result is that he just kind of stopped calling her.
Yeah.
So what does she need to know about men? So that she doesn't go, what did I do wrong?
Well, I think that the great awareness of the negative Nancy thing really helps a bunch. Right. You want to leave that out of a date. Not the first 20 days you want to be introducing that energy. But what you need to know, well, we are very simple. And if he doesn't hit you back, if he doesn't call you, I mean, the simple thing is he probably either wasn't ready for a relationship or if he was looking for just to get in your pants and saw that wasn't going to be possible, he tapped out. Or he just saw I'm not feeling this. I'm just not a match. And so he just didn't call. So for you to reach out to him.
Okay, so here's what I want you to underscore. Is that what you need to understand about men is that it's not all about you sucking. Right? They're not like, oh, you're an awful person. I don't want to be with you. You are unworthy of love.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They're like, okay, she's not looking for love. I'm looking for sex. Out. I'm doing this. Out. It's not, men aren't in that critical awareness of you're a bad person. They're just going and finding what else is making them feel good at the moment.
Yes, because if it's a guy who's active in his life, he's spending his whole day, trying to succeed in his business world, whatever he's doing. He's around maybe some other men or around just a lot of masculine energy.
Yep.
And then when he gets to you, this moment that you agreed to, that you allowed for us to take you out, He's really looking forward to just enjoying you as a woman.
Okay, so this applies to men who disappear, men who take you out on a couple of dates and don't call back, men who like you dated for a month and disappear. Like the basic understanding of that is they're just not ready to be in a relationship. It's not a reflection of your worthiness of love.
Yes.
Okay.
Or it just wasn't a match.
Well, yeah, right, exactly.
Right.
It's just not a match, which still isn't a reflection.
Correct.
Okay. So the other situation is you're with a guy and he won't commit. What do we need to know about men? Why will men have trouble committing?
No matter how much we are into you,
Yeah.
if we're still trying to let go of that commitment fear, which we have from very early on.
Okay.
Because what we treasure the most, men, we treasure, a lot of times women treasure community. You treasure those bonds.
Right.
You treasure forming that, whether that's as a wife, as a girlfriend, as a mother.
Yep.
Men really treasure freedom.
Yep.
That's just innately in our
I hear this
testosterone.
all the time. Like, we have hundreds of men we interview, all the hosts of the Dating Den. Freedom.
Yes.
Freedom.
We fear losing it, and the only person who can take away a man's freedom is himself. If he ever feels like the woman is pressuring him into taking away that freedom and saying, I need you to lock this down, you could be a 10. You could be the perfect match for him. But we're going to freak out. I'm going to freak out. And I'm not saying that's your issue. That's our male issue. But
Right.
just so you want to know what's going on inside of here.
They're just freaking out about losing their freedom.
Freaking about losing the freedom.
Totally. When Jeremy and I had our little split after like 5 years, that's what he said. He was like, oh my God, I'm just afraid if I'm in this relationship, I can't go travel the world one day on a sailboat, or I can't go, it was like this limiting belief that
Yes.
if I do this, I can't sort of like be myself or do the things on my bucket list.
Yep.
And it has nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with you.
Nothing.
Yes.
He had to resolve it himself.
It's like that. It's funny, but it's like that moment in Old School where Will
Yeah.
Ferrell's in the therapy session.
Yeah.
And he looks over and he says, I just realized that I'm going to be having sex with the same woman for the rest of my life. And men have a legitimate fear because they're looking at it from just
Right.
that really limited belief sort
Right.
of way.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like primal.
But beautiful sex with one person, the relationship and the bond, the vulnerability, all that stuff is incredible that you can only form over time through trust,
Right.
through love. One night stands or 3 weeks, 3 months of stuff will run its course. So men have to go through that cerebrally. You can feel it, and women know. Like, you actually have things in your saliva that can decode our saliva to see if we're a good match.
Right.
We men know. We're just like, want to drop seed every 20 minutes. So for us to get to a place where we can be like, I'm going to give all that up, even if you weren't even getting a lot of action.
Right. Yeah. Right. Totally.
This is not even for just the dudes who are attracting hordes of women.
Right.
For everyone. Even it takes like the time where our friend Matt Boggs talked
Yeah.
about taking that trip to Seattle,
Yeah.
right?
And to figuring it out.
You gotta just walk through it cerebrally. So what can a woman do? There's patience.
Right.
But when it gets really far, I
Yep.
think it does help to nudge. And wouldn't you say it at some point, if it's been like a couple years?
Well, yeah, you have to that's a whole nother episode, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, you really need to stand for what you want and have the conversation and allow him to make the choice.
Yes,
Not
allow
you,
him, exactly.
Allow him to make, okay. So the third thing I really, if we're counting, is that men, what you need to understand about men is that really we talk about manvolution at Dating with Dignity, that they really do manvolve. And you cannot, there's nothing you can do. You can't be sexy enough. You can't be a good enough cook. You can't be a better cleaner of houses. You can't lose weight. There's nothing that you can do to make a man be ready
Right.
for a relationship.
Yes.
He has to do that.
And I mean, there is a little bit of a cusp where, I mean, if a man is enjoying his freedom
Right.
and wants to date and he wants to be casual and he wants to be a lion and run with the gazelles, yes, you can't break that. He's usually not going
Right.
to give all that up. However, if he's on the cusp,
You can inspire him.
you can inspire him for him to be like, ooh,
And then you should
that
watch.
might not, that doesn't come around that
we
often.
just did. So go back and watch the episodes on how to pursue and court a guy, and that'll create the space to see if he's ready to up level.
So
be
yes,
the
so you
guy.
can be like, you know what, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm going to let go of that because this doesn't come around that often.
Yeah, no, totally.
And you can move him, but just by being you, strong in your values, strong in who you are, not giving it up for free, you know what I mean, making him earn it, that's enough where sometimes we'd be like, I can give that up. But
So
sometimes,
basically, to understand men, they're dogs, they're trainable, and they're not that complicated. Okay.
We're
Now
getting this from the director.
I bet the men are like, F you.
Yeah.
Anyway. Or they're like, yeah, you're right. Okay, so follow us at Marni Battista on Twitter,
Let's Talk Dating.
or you can go on Instagram and follow me at Dating with Dignity.
Yeah.
And so there's clips from the dating den there. We love you. Make sure you leave a comment and let us know what is the freaking biggest conundrum you have about what did a guy do and like what does it mean? Because we'll help you out. Yeah, we'll take it on. We'll take it on. Okay.
In here.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.